So give me your forehead. Presente y futuro, visible y invisible. Por lo que queremos saber sobre su salud y que Dios y los santos nos revelen las respuestas de mis preguntas. Y lo que está escondido. All right, let's see. It's something a little different. Oh, shit. Not the way I wanted to start, dude. So you understand, in the first two cards, when death pops up, it's talking about death. It says broken heart, and it says not happy. So it says fear of loss. I have to see what pops up around it. Relax. It says fear of loss. No. I'm going to do it again. Because this is your fears. By touching your forehead, I touched your fears. Because that's what you're afraid of, your mom's going to die. So it came clear out. And you don't want to be brokenhearted. You're afraid to lose her. It'll destroy you. I think this is all you right here. It says you remember things from the past and how slowly things evolved. It says there's something hidden. It says not about brujeria. It's about you feeling like you left her hanging. It says things about money, like you feel like, you've always left her hanging for money. And then it says, but there's you love her a lot. It says it's true what it's saying. It says you don't want to fall into depression, but at some point you have to make a decision, one that may bring you to your knees. It says, as of right now, though, she's fine. It says things aren't coming to an end yet. It says there's no justice, but there's triumph. In other words, she lives an unjust life. One where people take advantage of her. One where she's never number one. Maybe now with your dad, he's a little bit different with her, which I've noticed. Dad's different with her now. But it says she's always with the kids. It talks about things that are coming quickly. It says the house is going to be a problem here down the road. That's something she's worried about. It says my muerto says no opportunities, but no defense. Like there's no more opportunities for them to get any better situation they're at. It says karma, what I don't know. It says no discontent, but your mom's impatient. Your mom knows I'm a brujo. Your mom knows?
Yeah.
Says she doesn't want you to become. You're afraid that she'll think bad if you become weak to magic. It says, or doing trabajos. It says a woman with no battles. Talks about her with no battles. It says she's a fool, but she completes everything, and that's what cuts off her. In other words, she's a fool because she'll do whatever people ask her for, even though it affects her down the road. It says a woman who offers a cup is upside down. In other words, your sister takes a lot of advantage of your mom, and that creates a hardship for her. It says there's no road to go down there, and no matter what you tell your mom, she lets your sister take advantage of her. And one of the reasons is because she feels like she wasn't there when the shit happened to your sister, so she always feels like she owes her. Always. And she's afraid that if she lets go again, something will happen, which is understandable when it comes to being a parent, because if something happened to and they were hurt like that, you'd blame yourself for the rest of your life. Even though maybe you weren't there or you didn't know what was going on, you still blame yourself. It says, there's no celebration for her. It says, when it comes to love, things are incomplete. In other words, your dad and her don't really, It says, but there's nothing she needs to face anymore. She feels like that's what true love is. She's been with your dad, and that's how she thinks for her, that she truly loves him. She's always going to be a mom who's upside down. In other words, she's going to be a mom to everyone. It says, well, the cards really took off after that. I didn't like the first part, but those are his fears. It says, there's no burden really on her back, just that the family's upside down. She's upset about things not working out between your sister, but it says there's stress when it comes to certain things. She wishes things would return to love. She goes, but she knows that the sun won't shine. She goes, because that takes work on both parts. And your sister's not one that's going to work for it. So she may tell you, like, why won't you come? Why won't you ever? But she tells your sister, le vale verga. Like, she talks shit. It says that God is with her, so she's got that. She goes, leaving. Wow. So she's going to travel again. So she just got back, right?
Yeah.
It says returning with fruit on the tree, and then it says, but no new beginnings. Same old thing from the past. It goes back to the same thing. Where her world is upside down. It says there's no obstacles, but there is an angry man. So I don't know, someone who goes there and pisses her off. Might be one of your nephews.
That's when she was talking shit about my nephew's friends again.
That's probably what it is.
They're back again.
Yeah.
Why? Because of...
I don't know, they just came back.
They were hiding.
They were hiding last time.
It says not good or bad. It says there's no fortune with changing things. Like, she doesn't see the difference with changing things or even changing homes or moving. For her, she feels like it's always going to be the same. It says there's temptation everywhere. It's the way she thinks. That's her drinking. It says, and that's wide open for her. In other words, that's not going to stop. It says, but there's triumph for her. It says, even over people who are angry at her or get mad at her, she says she doesn't see that as a problem. She says she knows that she's never going to be a rich woman. She doesn't have a lot of money, but she knows that the road's wide open for her. See, she has her ways of taking advantage of your sister as well. She's alone. She feels alone. It talks about your dad, and then it talks about spirituality. It talks about return. So your dad's kind of changed his ways a little bit. Like, he spends time with your mom now. He does stuff with her. So I think maybe your dad realized anymore after he got sick that he couldn't anymore. And that might have changed, because that changes a lot of men when you can't, you know what I mean? You're not going to be looking for it anywhere else. And now you just want a companion. And so, but to your mom, that's true love. Because she's weathered every storm. Even if she felt that he was ever doing anything, she's weathered those storms. And what she weathered it with is alcohol. But I don't see, the first two cards scare me because those are your fears.
I know, you told me what it meant.
Yeah, but still, the card's there. So you need to stop thinking negatively. Because manifestation around me is huge. And you don't want to manifest something like that. She's not going now. But she's getting older.
I
You
know.
know, your parents are the same age as mine. That's what's crazy. Because your sister's almost the same age I am, right? So that's why.